Yo, check 1 2. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing this evening? I see you, Rockstar Angel, Tiny Mouse Makeup. Hello, Jade. Good to see you. What's up, Unity of Noise? I can't wait to talk about you in a little bit. We're mixing a song today. We're going to do a little bit of a mix today for my friend Jim Wilcox. Samwise, good to see you. Hey, Celestine, how you doing, darling? Good to see you too. How you guys doing? Where you're working? Are you? Do you have me up on a work machine at work, Sam? Jade, I'm glad. And we talked about that earlier, and I'm so happy that worked out. And you let him know I said hi. So I'm excited today. This is the first time I've done a mix masterclass live like this. You guys hear my voice okay? I hope you can. Oh, Sam, you're lucky. That's cool. I'm lucky. We're both lucky. That's good. That's good. That's great. Celestine, how you doing tonight? You doing okay? She's up in Alaska. It must be cold up there. Must be ridiculous up there. So yeah, tonight we're mixing a song called Crimson Red. You're hearing in the background right now. This is actually a band called River Runs Black. It's a solo project for Unity of Noise. Jim Wilcox is in chat now. Oh, Rob Mars from To Whom It May in chat. Good to see you. Oh, Lexi, Seren, welcome you guys. Welcome. Hey, someone's called Morning Musume. How you guys doing? Oh my God, this chat's going crazy. How you doing? 37 people. Good to see you as well. So my name is Dean Dichoso. I'm a producer, songwriter, and B. Flanders. Thank you for that comment. I was a drumming streamer for a while. A few of the people in here remember that. When the pandemic didn't let us do anything. Todd, welcome. Oh my God, my mods have a field day. Thank you so much, Lexi. That's very sweet. Yeah, so my name's Dean Dichoso. Producer, songwriter. I was a drumming streamer for throughout the pandemic. Well, the beginning of it. And took a break because I was allowed to work again. The first stream I did back was a couple days ago, I think, and I was doing a writing session for like a heavy ambient song, and I decided today to take care of do a mixing masterclass today. So, unfortunately, I'm not performing, but I hope that you guys enjoy what you can and glean what you can from this. I'm mixing a song for a band called River Runs Black. We're going to talk more about that a little later on. Someone just said I had 400 followers. Mimi and Mouse. Wow, cool. I mean, I guess that's a celebratory thing, right? Oh, Celestine, we'll see each other again. I miss you. And your brother. I need to go see your brother, too. Yeah, cheers to 400. That's cool. Rock and roll. Thank you, Joyce, for the congratulations on that. That's cool. I'm glad to have you. I hope that you guys that have been scouring sort of the performance streams aren't bored by this today. Wade, what's going on? Good to see you too. So, is Unity of Noise active in chat? Because this is all about his song, Mr. Jim Wilcox of Authority Zero and Unity of Noise. Oh, he's in Alaska with you now, Celestine. Great. Good to see you. Good. Great, Jim. Well, let's have a good time with this. Like I said, I hope that no one gets terribly bored by this. We're gonna go ahead and start doing a mix on this today. And Todd, thanks for that sub, dude. Thank you for that. I'd ask if I could play you a song because I still forget that I don't do. I haven't forgotten completely that the reactions from being a drumming streamer. Nick Gundy, what's going on? Doing a mix today. All right, so we're gonna mix. So the song that you heard looping in the background is it was in fact the song that Jim himself actually mixed. 37. Thanks for that gift. Thanks for that gift. And we're basically going to do a mix today that is going to be my perspective on doing this mix for Mr. Jim Wilcox, Unity of Noise. And I did treat this like a normal client. So I did, in fact, do a full-on mixing consultation to get an idea of the finish line of where Unity of Noise wanted to go, Mr. Jim Wilcox wanted to go. And I'm going to take a bit of my own sort of take on this, okay? So one of the things I do want to talk about when it comes down to mixing for me, and there's no right or wrong answers on this, there's no right or wrong answers on this, but people always ask, what is the proper way to start a mix? What is the proper way to start a mix? And 37, thanks for the resub, man. There isn't a right way to do it. I'm a really old school guy on this. I started in the industry in the early 90s. And so I was working on analog equipment. I still work on analog equipment. I still use tape machines. I still use large mixing desks. And it's just my workflow. So I tend to do things where I have limited hardware nearby. And I like to do what's called mixing top down. And what I mean by that is, where, some mixers will go in and just kind of solo little instruments or microphones out and work on them one at a time. I tend to do things in large groups first. So this song has a lot of angst in it. There's a lot of anger in it. And I hope to represent that today. Jim Wilcox, who wrote the tune, performed everything on it, is an extremely talented, multi-genre spanning creative. And he is one of the fucking best drummers I have ever met in my life. Just a really creative guy. Also does some really badass drum and bass. He's a DJ as well. And so my point in saying this is that when he created the song, he didn't just write something angry. He also made the tracking of it sound quite angry too. So I want to go ahead and make sure that I keep the spirit of this. So what we're going to do first is kind of start off. I'm going to just kind of take a look. So I prepared a few things in the mix today, but not to a point where I won't be able to kind of go through things for people that are actually here for the education to learn from. So I just prepped a few routing things and things like that. So what I normally do here is I like to go through the mix. Thanks for that gift, Nikki Donut. I like to go through the mix here and just kind of look at what the tracks are doing for me. So right now, I have the drums up. Everything's up, and because it's a rock song, I know, and he's a drummer. I want to kind of make the foundation of this, the rhythm section. So we're gonna kind of start from that. Hype train, Jesus Christ! For a mix engineer, this is boring. I can't believe this. You guys are too nice to me. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at each of the tracks and kind of see where we're at. Okay, so we're gonna solo out each thing, and it looks like we have a couple of kick microphones here. Okay, good sounding kick. Knowing Jim with the mic packages he owns, that sounds like it might be an Audix D6. You have a microphone outside the kick drum. Great, a lot of low end. And sometimes that leakage, all that shit between those hits, can be really useful. 37. I really appreciate that comment. I really do. Okay, so let's take a look at the snare drums. We have a top and bottom snare here. Top mic here. Okay, nice and thick and thuddy. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is his 8-inch Black Beauty snare drum. I love Black Beauty snares. And there's a darkness to this that I'm enjoying. Bottom snare mic, good. They're in phase, that's perfect. We're going to take a look at his toms. Just want to take a listen to how these are sounding. Look, we have a rack tom here. Oh, that's got to be his like 10-inch. Jim, if that's your 12-inch tom, that's insane. You've tuned it to the absolute limit. This seems like it's a crescendo on that floor tom. Oh yeah, great sounding drums. I'm going to assume right off the bat this is his new DW kit. I think that his wife bought him. Mono room mic, love this. Oh, that sounds great. Let's take a look at your overheads, and he did send me, by the way, the overheads and the room mics as two separate stereo mics. I combined them into 2 stereo tracks so I can deal with them kind of together. For fuck's sake, guys, what is going on in here? It's like one of those boring types of streams in the world, and you've got like, fuck's sake. Thank you guys for that. Todd, thank you for that. Nikki Donut, thanks for the 100 bits that you're going to get like right back after I'm done with the stream because you're like literally right behind me. Thank you, Joyce, for the resub. Jesus Christ, you guys. So let's take a listen to the overhead microphones here. I know he's got a really cool drum room. Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny, Jim. When I listen to that one section, I think of the end of Smashing Pumpkins right before Bullet with Butterfly Wings, right before it gets to the second chorus. That's cool. Let's take a look at the levels on this. Let's go to... So... That's cool. I mean, you know what? I mix with my ears, not with my eyes, and it sounds fine. It looks like, though, the room might need some help here. Oh, 37, I know you're a Pumpkins fan. Oh, great sounding room. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm already, right off the bat, just to level the rooms out, or the room mics out, because I can tell the right channel is a bit low. I'm going to throw on a trim. On there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bring up that right channel on that room. There we go, and bring the left one down a bit. Okay. There's a little bit of an unevenness in terms of low end in those, but that may not be an issue later. Let's just leave that. He has something called Trash Can. Hey, Courtney, welcome. How was your stream? You sounded great. I was lurking at Courtney's stream earlier. Can we get a shout out for Courtney, please? The vocal canon of Ireland. She's one of the coolest singers on Twitch. And she's a dear friend of mine. Oh my God, I was wondering what the fuck that was, Jim. I was wondering what that was. It was okay. You were talking because you can't sing. Oh, I'm sorry, Court. I thought I was going to ask if that was a China symbol, Jim. That is it's an actual fucking trash can. Okay. And we have a trash filter. So I'm just going to see. Okay. I had to bring the gain up on that. Let's take a look at this. Awesome. All right. So all these drums right now are running through their own bus. So that means that all the drums are being collected into their own bus. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up. I know Jim's going to like this. I'm going to pull up a Shep's Omni channel. So this is kind of a redux, a sort of super powered redux of a Neve consoles channel. And what I like to do now is not go to the individual drums. I'm just going to go ahead first and kind of listen to maybe like a chorus or something, and just kind of level things out how I might like them first. Let's see. Or where they should sit. God damn, Jim. You track these well. This sounds great, dude. So what I'm gonna do is I like to now use equalization just on the overall drum bus and just kind of see. I'm gonna kind of bump up some high end, bump up some mid range, and kind of get a feel of things that might need to get control over the overall stereo mix of the drums. Oh, beautiful on the overheads and that snare. And that is an SSL bus compressor that is running after this. It's not much going on with it now. It's just there to kind of glue things together as it starts to get pushed when compression and EQ starts to get applied. All right, let's add some saturation, some component saturation to this. Give some mid-range to it, the whole drum set. I want this kit to fucking scream at me. Thanks for that hype train, you guys. Thank you for that. Jesus. I'm going to do a little bit of a high pass. This isn't a fucking club song. We don't want any of that like floor rumbling crap in there. Little bump at 80. Listen to that. It's great. That's before the processing. Man, Jim, the magic here really is in when those overheads hit, which is a really great example of a tracking engineer paying attention. When you're recording a drum set, those overheads have to be the best mics of all of them. So let's leave the processing on and start to work on the kit a little bit. Nice and clean. The separation on this kick is just beautiful. Okay, we're going to use some harmonic distortion from the SSL console here, from the mic pre. There we go. Great. Little VCA compression for some punch. Let's get, I mean, it sounds good. I don't know if I want to really mess with the low mids yet. I'm going to give it a little bit of a bump at 60 hertz or so. Let's leave that for now. You see that relationship with this kick out. Okay, let's work on the kick out. I don't want to get rid of all that leakage. And let's get this thing to speak at a much lower frequency. Let's go to 50 on this bitch. Ooh. How's phase doing? A little compression. Fuck it, let's give this some distortion too. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, I'm having a little bit of an issue. There's kind of some harshness going on in the overheads here. Brown. We're going to do the overheads. We're going to get rid of a little bit of that low end. They're already clean. I'm going to do a little low pass too, just to leave a little bit of sizzle for those vocals or something that might need it later. You got to remember with mixing, psychoacoustics is a big part of it. So the fact that he's bashing on those cymbals will always give your ears the illusion that there's all that high end in there anyway. How are we doing on the mid-range? We'll clean up a little bit of 4 there. I'm gonna try to compress it just to sink the snare in a little bit. Yeah. Oh, what was the message? You needed to preface a message. Did I miss a message? Well, rock and roll. Yeah, I'll be catching up with chat as I go. The mods will make sure I don't miss anything critical. Love the energy on these cymbals. The energy on these cymbals is wonderful. One of my favorite tools in the world, which I wish was literally built into these channels, is this weird fucking lo-fi distortion. I just add a little bit of it. Oh, there she is. Right. Let's get that snare to pop out a bit more. Little distortion. See, we're getting a lot of nice crack. Oh, E. Flanders, thank you. Thank you for being here. You should come back when I'm doing performance streams. When I'm like, well, not performance, but when I'm writing, I tend to be playing a lot of instruments and they tend to be kind of fun. Okay. Thank you for being here, B. Flanders. Thank you so much for that. So his overheads are actually giving us a lot of that pop and sizzle that we need, obviously from the cymbals, but it's also giving it to us from the stick attack hitting the snare drum. So in this particular case, you know, we're not depending on the direct mic of the top snare, but I like to kind of overdo things on that mic just to see if it's something that we can use to pop the snare in and out of the overall stereo mix in that overhead. See, right now we have some compression going on. And also, I'm going to do a fast release on that compressor because once I know he has these 16-note fills where he's slamming on that shit. And I don't want that release to hold each of those notes back. So I'm going to go really fast on that release for the compressor. And let's just see what happens if we'll leave everything on. We're not going to solo anything. We're going to bypass that snare drum, direct top mic, and then put it in sort of halfway through. What difference did it make to the overall sound? Did it actually give some priority to that snare drum? We're going to find out. That's out. Here's in. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, that's gorgeous. Another thing I like to do too is add some weight to that direct mic as well. In ways that might sound ugly if you were to solo the microphone out, but we're going to go ahead and do it while it's playing in the bus of the whole drum set, and maybe see if we can get some more thud out of the snare drum. For you more experienced mixers that are maybe watching this right now, you probably did notice that I have two like sample tracks ready to go if I need them. They are not engaged. They are there if I feel like I want to augment something more on that particular source or microphone that I'm not going to get from that microphone if I'm going for a very specific thing, but while not getting rid of the original performance or dynamics. So let's see what we can do. The snare drum top mic is still playing within the whole spectrum, and we're going to see if we can keep it on and add a little bit of lower mid-range, maybe even some low to it, and see if we can get it to thud inside the stereo image of that drum bus. Here we go. Let's add some 220. Ooh. Fuck that. I loved it. You know what? Let's add some 120. I'm sure Jim's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? High pass filter. Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. What does it sound like soloed now? Oh, that's crazy. Before? After? Okay. I don't mind that bleed. I just want it to come down a little bit. A little bit. Wait, what are you saying? Jesus fuck, man. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. My ears are doing dirty sex things. What the fuck does that mean, dude? I like that. Sounds good. It sounds good. Okay, so let's keep going on this. I'm going to take a break after I kind of do a once over of all the tracks and the drums. I will catch up to chat. Hope you guys are still here watching and all that. Okay, so we are still dealing with just kind of the behavior of that particular microphone within the kit. I'm going to leave it for now. You're going to notice that I am actually moving very quickly through this because I don't want to spend all the time in the world, that's needed for me to prioritize other things like these nasty guitars and, of course, the vocals on this song. So I'm kind of just doing something to kind of shape the kit to a place where I might want it. And then as I start bringing things in, I'm going to start going back and just kind of, reshaving the Michelangelo. So it's not just, like a semblance of balls. You can actually see the folds of the scrotum. I said that shit out loud. Let's get back to the snare drum. Yes, the 120 hertz, right? Never thought of that shit. You see how much I'm adding there? Look at how much I'm adding there, Jim. It's 117 hertz, actually. 8 dB. Let's keep going. Okay, so there's a little bit of bleed in this mic. I don't mind it. He recorded this so well. I could actually leave that. But there's reasons why I kind of want to mitigate some of this bleed. So what's going to happen now is we're just going to use a gate, and I'm just going to kind of set the range up a little bit to where it's not completely muting everything between. Because I do love that bleed, especially on a track like this. That's all the way off. Yeah, just a little bit. And the release time of your gate, of course, shouldn't be so fast. You're cutting off, the natural sustain of the snare, especially when you got a guy like him who plays with good tone and who owns a really beautiful snare. I don't want to get rid of that stuff. Great. This is good. Let's leave it. This kit is sounding really clean. I'm enjoying this. But the bottom snare is part of this, and especially where Unity of Noise, where Jim comes from, which is a punk background, you know, in a rock background, you know, especially because I know the way his brain thinks, and I'm a drummer too, and I get it. You know, I don't think he will mind a little bit of that dirty bottom snare. You know, for those who don't know, on a snare drum, it's those like threads of metal that kind of sit under the bottom head, and maybe we can do something, over compress them, make them, you know, kind of feature them as part of the sweat of the kit. So we're gonna move on to that now. Let's actually just solo that out. Sounds great. And Jim, I'm wondering if I can catch this. I'm just going to ask you a question. What microphone, Jim, did you end up using on the bottom of your snare drum? This sounds great, and your bleed separation, 57, great. Your bleed separation on all of these tracks is absolutely gorgeous. It's making my job really easy. Let's see what we can do to augment this snare bottom and what it can actually offer to the stereo mix of the kit. First thing I want to do right off the bat is like just set up a really fast compressor at a really high ratio. I want more sustain from it. And I'm going to do something fucking stupid. I'm going to set a bell curve at 5K and just whack it. Why the fuck not? Crush it more, crush it more. Oh, you hear that shit? When he hit the toms, it went fucking crazy too. I'm gonna keep that. Keep the sweat in there, you know. And let's get the low end out of there. We don't want that low end fighting the other low end sources. Not too much, because that weight's gonna help too. I'm just gonna filter out some of that high end too. A little low pass. Great. I'm gonna leave that shit. Actually, let's give it some love, man. Need some distortion, Jim. You won't mind that. Let's do that component. Let's do that saturation from the SSL console. So what I do here, just so you guys understand, so for the tech nerds that are in here right now, I'm gonna go ahead and make this plugin bigger. This is an emulation of a channel from the SSL console, my favorite console in the world, what I grew up using, what I still use today in major studios. And basically what we're going to talk about here is this particular section you're going to see in the top left of the plugin. This is going to be the preamp section, and it's broken out to two different types of preamps. You'll notice here right off the bat that it's this section here, in the top left. There's something called line preamp and a mic preamp. Now, the mic preamp, when you turn on the input gain of that mic preamp up, it actually overloads the solid state circuit, and can actually give a lot of really cool artifacts to this. And I don't know if I'm going to use a brown channel yet. I don't know about that yet. We're going to play with that later. But the thing is that when you get that distortion, you get the distortion, but then you end up actually getting a lot of level that comes along with it. So one of the things that I suggest to people that do want to use preamp component saturation, on things like an SSL channel or a Neve channel, if you have the ability, is I would turn on, in this case, a 20 dB pad, which will take everything down negative 20 decibels. And now let's go ahead and see if we can add some of that fucked up dirt to this bottom snare. Oh God, I love that. We'll just sink it in. Oh, beautiful. That's gorgeous. Okay, so we're getting to a really cool place. It's so funny. This is a situation that I find myself in a lot, especially when I have a really awesome tracking engineer. Is I noticed that I've been spending all this time on kind of like the kick and the snare mics, and I'm not really complaining to myself about these toms yet because they're recorded so well. But let's see what we can do to kind of clean those up and give those punch and attack too. One of the things you'll notice with the toms, which I'll highlight here, so he has 3 toms. He has 2 racks and a floor tom, and they're all actually bussed to this thing called tom sub, which is right there. So these are the 3 toms. I know that my face is in the way, and they're all bussed into here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just listen. I'm going to try to loop one of his fills, like maybe like this looks like a, or actually no, yeah, actually that's fine. He's like doing a flam on a couple. Yeah, let's just loop that. And again, top-down mixing. So what I'm going to do here is just, let's go ahead and clean up the tom track overall a little bit, get the low end out of it. I don't know if I'm going to use torque yet. 37 people. I can't believe you're enjoying this. I feel bad because I'm not playing drums for you, brother. Okay, so we're going to do a high pass here now. We don't need frequencies that would exist in a kick drum, you know, at least on in most of these toms. We'll high pass up to 70. Let's clean up the lower mid a little bit. Like a really wide Q at let's say around 270 or so. High pass. Not bad. We'll give it some high end love too. Cool. Let's filter out some of that. Save some of that high end for later. And we'll just kind of give an overall bump around 100 for now, a little bit. So I might do that to some of the other toms singularly. Little overall compression. Again, the release you want fast, slow enough to keep the compression down so that it doesn't shoot up the tail of the toms between their hits, but fast enough to where it doesn't kill fast fills, right? Courtney. You peacing out, Courtney? Courtney's bored. I love you, Courtney. Have a good night, Courtney. Let's make sure she gets a shout out again. If you guys don't know who Courtney is, you need to go follow her. Great singer, songwriter, giant voice. Yeah, you are. Go enjoy your SUVs, your multiple sports utility vehicles. Courtney. And it's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Court. Okay, so we're going to give some component saturation again, just on that mic creep. Oh, yes. Actually, that's not bad. Let's go listen to like how the toms, there's like a feel like a daga going in here, like maybe one of these. Oh, shit. This is not going to the right. Excuse me. This needs to go into the tom sub. Oh, crap. Where did I put that? Oh, my God. Where did I put that thing? There we go. There we go. Okay. Right. So I noticed this earlier that particular tom, the first rack tom was a little dark. Let me go listen to this over here. Now that I put that in the right place. Right. Cool. So love the sound of the toms. This one's recorded a little bit darker. Bye, Courtney. Have a good evening. I hope your voice gets better and that you can sing again soon. So what I'm going to do is just concentrate on that one rack tom, and let's just see what we can do about getting some of its bite back and to clean it up a little bit so it kind of meets the tone of the other tom. Interesting. It's like a boxy character. I'm going to try to take a little bit of... See, I don't mind that high tom. I like that. Yeah, we're going to high pass it a bit. Little compression just to this tom. Really fast release. Just a little bit. See, it's just hitting a little bit of 3. So it's going to serial compress against the tom sub. Okay, let's see how that feels. Don't overthink these right now. Ooh, wow. Okay. Let's bring the level of her down. This is sounding good. Let's go check that floor tom while our ears are there. This should be the deeper, more rumbly tom. I'll be taking a break to catch up on chat in a second. Fuck, that already sounds good. I'm just going to give it a low end bump. Let's leave it. We're going to leave it. Something about this snare drum isn't beating my ass yet. And I think I might add a sample for that just to give it a glassy top end. We're going to keep going. I've maxed out 8K there. Oh, I have an idea. Let's give it some heat. Oh, I prepped one already. Let's put a radiator on this. Let's put a Soundtoys radiator on this. Bump. Yeah, I did this already. Okay, that's right. Let's bump the treble up on this thing all the way to max. And let's mix it totally wet. Input's fucking slammed here. Let me just go. Not bad. So let's bypass that. Cool. We obviously lost a little bit of body, so I'm going to mix some of that dry back in. It's the little things. Great. Let's take a look at our drum bus and how that's. Right. So this SSL bus compressor is really a really cool way to glue things together so they don't sound so disconnected. Let's go ahead and I'm going to see what happens if I add a bit more saturation to this kit here. Not too much. You know what? Why not more high end overall? Okay, the overheads are starting to pop up a bit. Is that going to be a level thing? Or am I going to be EQing it down? Because I like how the high end is dealing with the snare. I just don't know if I like what it's done to the overheads. Bring down that bottom snare a bit. Okay, let's get these rooms to talk. Question for later. Yeah. So 37, if you're around, I'm about to get to a place where I take a small break and kind of have that conversation. I'm using some really, really cool technology with these particular headphones. And I'm sure that some people in the chat might even like chime in on this, but this technology is really interesting. Just the quick answer to your question is mixing on headphones is fucking terrible. However, do we have to do it sometimes? Yes. But we're gonna talk about these in a little bit. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. This is good. Great. And I'm just gonna see what happens if I throw a beautiful Shadow Hills compressor onto this. Oh, wrong one. I don't want that one. Let's see. We'll do this one. Yeah. No. Let's go back to the room for now. I want to get the room to talk to the rest of the kit. Yeah, 37. It's pretty cool. Oh shit. So I'm making this face because I can't tell if there's a phase issue with one of these mics. We're going to find out. So I'm just flipping the phase 180 degrees on one side of the room mics. No, it's okay. All right. Let's I think a lot of magic is going to come from what goes down for on this particular on this room mic. I think these far room mics are going to do a lot for the kit. So let's just let's try to give the kit a bit of Z-axis and some dimension now. First thing I want to do, I already know, I'm going to load up an SSL channel, but I already want to fucking distort it. God, that's good. Fast attack. Fast release. Let's focus it. Take some low end and some high end out of it. Ooh, that high tom just popped out of there. Kind of boxy, that tom. Xenon, hey, thanks for the follow. Let me try to shape this more. Let's get drastic. Oh, that's wild, dude. That's wild. It's like a chalky mid-range, like 800 hertz. Let's just do like a one band or something on this. Jesus Christ, I own so many of these fucking things. There we go. What happens if I do just a one band? Todd, that's sweet of you, man. Thanks for that sub for Xenon. Xenon, just so you know, you're never too young. You're never too young. Okay, that's cool. Let's fatten it up. What are we doing here? There we go. Now it sounds like it's more married to everything else. You know, why not? You can use a little bit of love too, Tom too. Just a little bit of love. Not too much. Not too much. Ooh. I overdid that shit. Not a 100. Let's throw an H comp on there. Yeah, Todd, you deserve a shout out too, even though you're not streaming right now. I know you'll get back to it. So we're just mixing down a little bit. The snare drum was kind of poking at me. I'm gonna give a little bit of some attack to that kick. Something tells me to tighten this up. I think I want to actually gate this even harder. This particular one, I want it to interact a certain way. Jomsy, thanks for the follow. Slam this. Yeah, I just want this to be an attack microphone now. We have all this dimension from everywhere else. Let's try to do this. Okay. You know what? Let's give it some fucking lo-fi distortion too. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. You don't be afraid of those yellow and red lights. Does it sound good? Fucking keep it. Hey, Geronimo, what's up? Oh, Jomsy, that's great. Welcome in here. And by the way, I should mention, Jomsy, to you and everyone else, in my Discord, after mix sessions like this, I will, there's a voice channel at the very bottom of the channels. It's called Dean's Control Room, or I don't mind welcoming a little bit of a swift Q&A, which the stream grows anymore. That's obviously not going to happen as much or at all, or it might be like just a sub thing or do it in pieces, but you're welcome to ask any questions from things that happen in here. And I will take little breaks between segments. Like I'm about to be done with the drum bus, but you're welcome in here. And I'm so happy that you feel like you can learn something. So right now I've just tightened up that kick in because the kick out has a lot of bleed in it. The rooms are great. Okay, let's not worry too much about these because we want to hear these against the guitars and stuff. I was going to see what happens if I sneak a little bit of optical compression into this. Checking tom levels real quick. Let's chill out that floor tom, or the tom 2. Cool. The drums are sounding actually pretty good. And now all I'm going to do is I have a parallel bus that's set up for the drums. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of send some of the stuff in there, kind of the main things. I'll show it to you. We're going to do, so I have it, it's deactivated right now, but it's called Drums POW, and it's right here. So what I'm going to do is activate it, and we're going to start sending things to it. So actually, I'm going to solo it out. I want to hear it by itself, and just kind of, there's a couple compressors on it right now. One that's running on the Omni channel on it, and there's an H comp that's like set to fucking slam, which is really hardcore. So we're just gonna start sending like kind of direct signal to that, to parallel process a few things. So let's just do it here. So we'll do a drums POW send. The kick. Let's also send the snare drums. We're going to copy this down. And I like to go ahead and marry some of those overheads and far rooms in as well. So we're going to throw those in as well to the drum parallel bus. And the far rooms. I've also noticed that he added a mono room mic, which I'm going to play with. Here we go. So let's actually listen to that first. I already know I want this thing to sound fucking disgusting. Yeah. All right, let's get this going. We're just going to go ahead and destroy this mono room mic. The radiator is designed from an old Altec Lansing preamp that was really bitey. We're just going to clean up some of the frequencies we don't want in that mono room. In this particular case, The mono room actually kind of has a really upfront snare drum, which may or may not work for us. And let's just see how that goes. We're going to go ahead and sneak that into the mix. Let me mute the drum pal and just sneak in the mono room. Beautiful. Well done, Jim. God, this is great. I can hear like energy behind, like between the hits. It's like pumping the room a bit. And now I'm sneaking in the drums parallel. All right, this is actually not a bad place for me to take a minute to sort of rest my ears, and let's catch up on chat, because at this point I'm going to start bringing in the rest of the instruments to kind of see how it marries. So how's everyone doing in here? Did you leave, Jim? So, Todd, tell her I said hello, would you? Oh my God, number 12. That's great. No problem, Jim. I'm gonna have to go pee myself in a minute. Brains melting all the knobs, Xenon. Well, you know, my brothers always told me, like, they've always said to me, you know why we know, how we know you were gonna get good at doing this for a living. And I was like, what? They're like, because all those fucking video games you played when you were a kid. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, because, you know, fucking feels like a video game to you or something. And I think they were referring to like Pro Tools, like this looking like a game interface or something, and I was like editing really fast and shit. So they were kind of tripping on that. Kind of catch up on the rest of the chat. Jomsy, how you doing? You still in here? I hope you're enjoying yourself. Geronimo, you still hanging out? Cheers, brother. Seer, thanks for showing up. Forgot if I said hi to you earlier. I was focused on those drums. A lot of knobs. It is a lot of knobs. And I'm drinking Knob Creek. Add one more knob to that. So is 37 still in the room? Because you'd asked me about the headphones thing. Yeah. Okay, good. So 37. So basically, I definitely prefer mixing not with headphones. One of the things you want to pay attention to when it comes to that concept behind that is that closed back headphones, which is typically what we wear, right? They tend to, they tend to, they're closed back. So you have that padding that closes around your ears, and it causes a, like a low end buildup. That is, these companies will use, in the physics of that, the companies will use this to actually, try to tune it in a way that gives you the illusion that it's a subwoofer and stuff. And it's kind of fun. So you have these headphones called Beats, which are some of the shittiest fucking headphones in the world. Don't own them ever. And what I was going to say about those is, or any cans like that, is simply that low end buildup is incorrect. That is completely, sound pressure, and it's not truly like the sine waves and things that are happening, from the actual mix. So generally speaking, I like to tell people that, when you mix with headphones, the best thing to do is actually to mix with headphones that are open back, so that those low end sound pressure, that SPL, can actually escape. And then also when you combine that with really good drivers, you can actually get to a good place to be able to mix with headphones. Now, if the idea is using headphones to mix, to avoid bothering people around you and neighbors and things like that, obviously you're in a bad place because they're open back. So the transducer might be facing your ears, but the shit's escaping. So it actually can get quite loud. Um, the technology that I'm wearing right now is actually a very interesting new tech, and it's made by Steven Slate Audio, and it's called the VSX. It's basically a virtual system, and I'm going to show you something really cool about the VSX. So I'm going to open up an interface here, 37, that um, so what's happening is my mix is actually running through this particular plugin that is actually working in conjunction with this hardware. And what's really cool about this is that what they've meticulously done is they've modeled not only the behavior of these actual acoustically designed acoustic spaces, they've also went further to model the actual drivers and the sets of boutique, audiophile speakers that are in there. And I'm going to show you something. So, for instance, in Archon Studio here, you'll notice that in the very bottom, you have the choice between the near field monitors, the midfield. So the near fields are these two right here. The midfield are these two, and the far field are those big ass mains that are in the far room. This is a real room in Los Angeles. This is touted acoustically as one of the best designs in the world. They have been all over Tape Pop magazine, Mix magazine. For the room they built is absolutely beautiful and keeps your mixes quite true. There is another room that is actually modeled inside this unit, which is a room is fond to me. It's called NRG Studio C. It's by my house in LA in the North Hollywood, and particular Studio C, which actually does in fact look like this. And I'm used to that room, and I got to tell you, it actually sounds a lot like that room. These are closed back headphones, but of course that's taken into account in the algorithm. So as a result of this, they actually sound just like the same room. So when I'm hanging out in my little room here for the stream, my ears are actually sounding like I'm sitting at Archon right now. Cans 3D. No, I have not, Corey. And welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream. So what I'm going to do now is let's go ahead. I'm going to take a really quick break. I need to go PP myself. Yeah, 37, of course. I mean, if you get interested in any of this stuff, I'm here for you. And what's going to happen, guys, so we have this really cool drum sound. It's sitting in a really cool place. And we don't want to overcommit right now. So I'm going to rest my ears for like a few minutes. When I get back, we're going to start adding in other instruments just to see the relationship of what's going on in the rhythm section to the rest of the drums. Maybe even retweak some drums around how the bass guitar and his really fucking sick sounding dual performance, dual tone rhythm guitar recording that Unity of Noise did, which you guys have to fucking check out. What do we have here? Cans 3D is a similar plugin to make headphones sound like speakers. Dude, I'd love to research that, Corey. I'd love to research that. So guys, I will not be long at all. And I'll be back to add in the bass, and you guys got to check out his fucking cool guitar recordings. Not a great guitar player. Dude, shut up, man. Dude, you did great on this song. That's all that matters, okay? I don't know if what would happen if I asked you to play Building the Church by Steve Vai, but okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm back. How's chat doing here? You guys talk about those headphones again? Yeah, let's chat about that if you want to in the Discord. Join the Discord if you'd like to. Jomsy, you included. Yeah, so before I keep going on this stuff, I'm really happy that I'm able to do this as I can on a stream like this. I know I see some people attempt to do production streams, writing streams, and mixing streams and things like that. And I just hope that I can offer something educational to people where they can really learn some cool techniques and even just learn not to be afraid and kind of just go for a sound. And it's okay to make mistakes. And, maybe you might stumble on a little lightning in the bottle in the process, and maybe you'll have something to teach me and everyone else. So I don't require anyone paying me to do this, but to keep it running and get the quality up, any donations and any things like that help. And thank you for everyone that's done that so far, and the subs and everything else. Let's move in to bringing in some more of the instruments. So we're going to bring in his bass guitar now. So you can see it right here. This brown track is the bass guitar. It is running through a bass guitar sub that's collecting it. That's usually there in the case that I actually have multiple sources of bass or guitar recordings. In this case, I was delivered one, but I will still run it through the sub because who knows, I may make the decision to actually go in and duplicate that source and maybe turn it into something else that will supplement it. If you're looking at the screen, you'll actually notice on the bass guitar sub that's collecting the bass guitar sources. I'm gonna take this channel off, but there is a limiter that's ready to go in case I need it. And all of this 1176 plugin is doing is the kick drum is already side chained into it. So as a result of this, the kick drum is just going to move the bass guitar out of the way, so there's no summing of the frequencies that they share, and thusly destroying yours and my speakers. Let's go ahead and bring the bass in, and I'm going to start processing it to see how I like it fitting in with the rest of the kit. Wanna go for a ride? I swear to God, I keep hearing fucking Smashing Pumpkins there. Oh, he has a little bit of sizzle on that bitch. Thanks what? What does that mean? Thanks what, dude? Oh, yeah. See? It's a little bit of compression. Man, there's a sizzle on that bass when you solo it. What's that, Jomsy? I know the bass tone's already good, dude. Fucking, he kills it. He killed it on this. But you see, Jomsy, there's a little bit of sizzle there. Look, it's kind of high. It's gonna disappear when shit starts to really fucking slap. But I want to do something. Can I do something? I want to bring some of that out. Let's bump up a little bit of 800. That honky fucking pick attack. And why not add? I'm gonna add some 2.5 as well. What happens? Ooh. Wanna go for a ride? No, that's not fucking Bullet Butterfly Wings. That's fucking, what is it? Zero? I forget what the name of that fucking song was. Let's put some low end back in this thing. Oh, right, I'm just gonna send a little bit of that kick drum to sidechain this bass. Just a little bit, like maybe like half a dB. I need to check my level on that thing. No, okay, this is a great example of I wanted to bring so much of that grit out in this bass that I think I want to separate. I want to duplicate this bass tone, actually. And oops, I want to duplicate this bass tone. Let's keep the active playlists. Why not keep the inserts? I guess this is gonna go out to the same bus, but I'm gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna take this out of the bus. I want this to actually go to the main bass all bus because I'm going to do something kind of fucked up to this. If Sealy Myrock is actually still sitting in the chat, you might remember this technique that I did when I was producing his album that's about to come out. I'm going to put this fucking thing on here called Submarine. Disgusting. Actually, we can run this in the same bus. That's fine. Actually, that's totally cool. Let's go back to that bass. Yeah. Let's sneak that in with our new like nasty pick tone. The submarine, dude. Okay, again, we're making quick moves on these, and we're gonna go back and probably deal with some of the details on these a little bit later because I just want to slowly glue things together, hear how they start to sit. What's really weird is all of a sudden, just by bringing in this bass, I actually want to hear some plate reverb on the snare now. Oddly, so I'm just gonna sneak that in, and I have something set up. I have an Abbey Road plate verb ready to rock. That is stinky. Yeah, dude, it's fucking cool as shit. So let's actually sneak a little bit of that snare drum. I have set it up already. I have a bus for this. We're going to take that snare drum and just send a little bit in there. Something about these toms. Oh yeah, I gotta send these to the fucking. Yeah, I gotta send these to the parallel bus too. That's why. Let's do that. Yum. Man, there's still something missing for me. I know where this is all gonna go, and I actually feel at this point that I actually want something. I want a snappy sample to add to this snare, which I'm just gonna do right now. What do I have set up here? Okay, we're gonna send this out to bus 103, which should catch. I don't know what sample I have set up here. But let's see. Oh, plus 103. The fuck is that? Oh, it's another Black Beauty. Oh, that ain't half bad. Okay, so we're just going to add this to his snare. Already sounds good. We're just going to augment a little bit of high end here. See, I have a room mic on that thing too, like on that sample, and I want to see how that goes. Let's give this some weight as well. Jim, it's getting kind of interesting. It's getting kind of interesting because all of a sudden the snare drum is taking on a little bit of this weird like sizzle that I heard from the Americant Ministry album from today, and also from the Rob Zombie latest release, which, by the way, that record is fucking awesome. Let's leave this. And I know the bass is still kind of honky, but I know that some of you guys are getting excited from that tone. So we'll leave this and let's just bring the guitars in now. Okay, no processing. We have two sets. We have two sets of rhythm guitars, which I have to showcase to you guys right off the bat. Jim did something fucking awesome how he recorded these. So, like, for instance, these two particular guitars, which I have hard pan left and right, sound like this. And those are fucking already cool. Like, that actually, that sounds fucking great. But it's like, dude, I don't know what kind of drugs he was on. Because then he goes, I'm going to give you another set of guitars that sound like this. Hold on. Dude, like, get the fuck out of here. That is going to be paramount to this sound pretty soon. So bravo to Unity of Noise. Okay. Also, Benny or Darren, can we please do again, so everyone knows what I'm working on here, a little bit of a catch up. I want to talk about Unity of Noise in the chat. My friend Jim Wilcox, this is his solo project. This is his song. He played everything on it. He's a singer on this. I want to make sure that he gets another couple shout outs in this to make sure that people can follow him. His streams are fucking awesome. He'll be making drum and bass. He was streaming earlier on. He was setting up like 16 microphones on his sick ass drum workshop kit. And I think he's going to be doing like a rehearsal or something like live. And he's also just again, multi-genre mixer, musical creative, a lot of production. It's a lot of fun. So definitely follow Unity of Noise. You're gonna have a lot of fun hanging out with him. Okay, let's actually start sneaking in these cool new guitars into the mix. We're gonna mute them first and just kind of start sneaking in. Let's actually sneak in the first set. Just kind of sneak it in. Let me go to some other big part of the tune. Fuck, dude. It sounds fucking great. I haven't even done shit to his guitars yet. Let's have fun. I think one of the cool things we can do right now is let's pretend he never hey, Eyes of Juno, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's pretend that Unity of Noise only sent me these guitars. Let's just pretend like, man, I got to grab all the tone possible out of these guitars to make this track work. And I'm kind of fucking with myself because I know that I have a second set of guitars that he gave me, which is just totally gonna harmonically make things even fucking crazier. So I'm just gonna pretend he's the only guitars I have, because I know that I'm gonna have a big braingasm later when I bring in the other ones, those huge layer 3 and 4. So okay, first thing I want to do is get some bite and some body out of it, and I may want to get a little bit of dimension in there. So I might add a little bit of room or hull. I just don't know yet. Maybe even some slapback delay, believe it or not, just to thicken it up. Let's see what happens. I'm really enjoying how this like honky bass is holding down this like eighth note honk there. Dan dan dan, gum 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 gum. I'm fucking really digging this. Oh, I'm stink facing now. I'm stink facing now because of what you fucking did. Unity of shit. I mean shit in a good way. You know, like overdrive shit. Never mind. You get what I mean. All right, let's keep going on this. What I want to do now is I want to get. You can tell I'm having fun. All right, and thank you for the song and the great recordings. I am having fun because of you. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring in this really interesting plugin, okay? So a lot of people have seen this. It's called Crystal Algae Guitars, generally designed to be a one-stop shop. I don't necessarily use these the way that everyone else does. So what I like to do is turn off the compression and turn off the EQ and turn off the low end. And I end up liking, and even turn off the stereo imaging. I just like the delays and the reverbs on this. So let's actually play with this. Let me solo that out. Here's a club. I love this because that nightclub or that like rock venue reverb that's going on here is actually giving a little bit of bloom around the stereo image of the guitar, and it's really cool. And it's not getting in the way. It's not a dirty reverb, so it's not getting in the way of his right hand articulation. So let's actually let the club reverb sit, and then I think I'm going to sneak in some of that eighth note delay too. Will that do anything? Who knows? I'm going to go ahead and leave it really low. I'm just going to leave it really low. Oh, Joms, you got to peace out. Let me see what you're saying here. Got to bounce everybody the way you run this show. Where it'd be dangerous. I like that, Jomsy. I hope you enjoy the session and definitely join the Discord. I hope we get to talk to you further. Might consider it. Thanks for the sub, dude. That's so nice of you. I hope that I can be of help to you in the future, and I'd love to hear about anything you're working on. I'm sure it's something you could share with us in the Discord as well. And you have a good night. Thank you so much for being around. It means a lot to me, all your kind words. Thank you so much for that. Let's leave the eighth note delay in. I already know one thing I definitely want to do is I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to throw in a virtual tape machine just to kind of fatten the guitars up. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to run this on a 16-track tape machine with like really old Ampex Ampex formula, and then we'll do 15 inches per second. I already like it, and I'll denoise it just a little bit. I'm gonna throw both of these on right here, and right off the bat, I already know that I'm gonna love these, so I'm going to freeze them both. Okay, let's go back in. Okay, so how are we doing? And now you can see again, I've got down here where the guitar's processing is. Sorry, I'll get my picture down there, my camera. This is an 1176 compressor that's sitting there to actually kind of do what we did with the bass earlier, but this time the snare drum, which you guys saw me put so much high end into, so much mid range energy into, is this time we're going to have the snare drum actually kind of push the guitars aside a little bit if needed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to do that right now. Let's send that snare over. And I think I might send the sample over because it's more consistent. So you can hear it, it's overworking. So we don't want it to be like that. You can hear the guitars sucking down. We don't want that. So we're going to go really, really light. Great, that's fine. Holy shit. So I just gave this, what, 9 dB of 300? What a boxy, what a weird fucking boxy fucking frequency. And it worked. Back it off a little bit. Let's add some more angry mid-range to this. The guitars are recorded so well. I'm just going to do kind of a medium sort of like Q at like 5 kilohertz as well, which is an octave directly below the 10K that I boosted. Hey, M Loves Music, what's going on? Welcome. I'm mixing a song today for Unity of Noise. Hope you're doing well. How's your day been? How's your night going, rather? I can still hear over compression on the sidechain here. We don't want a lot, so fast attack, fast release. Yeah, Em, I'm doing great, thanks. I've never streamed mixing before, so I hope everyone's enjoying it. Yeah, hope everyone's enjoying it. See, all of a sudden, I'm like hungry for these room mics. I'll get more now. Okay, so I've actually had a bit of a bias here because I've heard the song already. Unity of Noise, Jim himself did a fucking awesome mix of this as well. And what I'm gonna do now is there's a really cool because this dude's a fucking drum and bass producer too, right? So there's a really cool thing that goes down right in that little break, and it's this kind of, I don't know. It's like these weird kind of like synths and shit, all these things that go down. So I'm going to bring them in now because I know these are textures I'm going to want to hear in these pauses. They are right here. Let's go to that one pause. Little rest right there. Oh, let me run these. I have an all bus for synthesis. I think I call it keys. Yeah, here we go. Okay, see, what I want to do already is I want to throw something on this and see if I can actually pull even low end from that. And I know that, I don't know if Jim had tracked this sort of thin and cutty on purpose, or that's just how the patch is on whatever he used to do it. I think it was a piece of Moog hardware that he has sitting on his desk. But I want to see what happens if I pull a little bit of low end into it. And of course, some distortion. But let's do something different. Let's actually let's do the low end first. Oh God, that's gross. Whoa. So there is something low end living in there. How's that feel? Never teach the Wu-Tang. Cool. And I already know there's a feedback track on here that he created, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unmute that now. I can see it right here. Oh, this is great. This is fucking awesome. I have a hall reverb set up already. I'm going to send this in there a little bit just to give a little bit of bloom. Is it too big? Let's see. Fuck this. I'm already feeling like bringing the vocals into this. So, you know, I don't even want to start at the verses because I've been working on parts of the song that are quite energetic. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and start, I think, what seems to look like chorus 2, which are these cool screamy vocals that he has set up here. And let's just hear them dry. I have them bust into a stereo bus right there. Let's just hear them dry. Sneak them in. It's interesting. I already know that I want those guitars up, and what's funny is I haven't even brought in his like devil guitars yet. Wanna go for a ride? I'm just kidding. All right, so let's actually work on these screaming vocals. He has them doubled, so they're gonna work together. Hey yo! We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Okay, I have an idea of how I want to do this. I'm gonna separate. Well, I'm gonna work on one of them first. Hey! Hey, yo! I'm going to take a look at a few of my saturators and get a good feel for which one I like. Hey, yo! We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Oh, I love that. Hey, yo! We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo! We'll leave you bleeding eternal. Hey, yo! We're screaming. I'm going to add some more distortion to this. Hey, yo! We're screaming. Having had to deal with you. Hey, yo! We'll leave you bleeding eternal. Hey, yo! We're screaming. Having had to deal with you. So I'm loving this. I just put a shitload of high end in that. I don't fucking care. It feels good, but that distortion is kind of getting a little out of control on some of the sibilants. Jim, you sound awesome. Seriously, you do. Hey, yo, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo, we'll leave you bleeding eternal. Little 1176 compression.
We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey yo, we'll leave you.
I want to put a little bit of a tail on this. Just a little bit of a tail on this thing. Let's do a mono delay on this one. Let's see.
We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey yo, we'll leave you bleeding and turn on. Hey yo, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey yo.
All right. This is going to be fun. I'm going to do an experiment with this double. I'm going to, first of all, I want to ungroup them now. I don't want them to live together. Did I group them? Shit. I did group. Perfect. Okay. So what we're going to try to do now is I'm going to attempt to create sort of a wider feel when this chorus hits. And I'm going to kind of split his double scream into 3 separate sources and kind of turn them into like a stereo wash while also adding a double that he still wanted to the original. I don't know if it's going to sound good or not, but let's see what happens.
Hey, yo! We're screaming, having had to deal with you.
First things first, let's fucking crush that fucking main vocal.
Hey, yo!
I think I went a little nuts on the 8K. Let's see.
Hey, yo! We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo! We'll leave you bleeding and turn on.
And again, as I'm doing more and more of this, I'm discovering more and more of some of the moves that I made need to get kind of redone, undone to warm up those guitars.
Oh, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo! We'll leave you bleeding and turn on.
Great. Let's have fun with this vocal. First things first, I'm going to use a Waves doubler, but I'm going to do something really weird with it. What the fuck is it? Yeah, mono stereo. Let's do this. We're going to take this vocal.
Oh!
These 3 dots on the left side here are now 3 generated vocals from the 1. And the hard left and the hard right ones are detuned and delayed from each other. So
We're screaming, having had to deal.
I'm going to bring the gain down on the middle channel, but we're going to go further. Actually, I'm going to leave this one on. I need to watch this as I work on the other plugin. Now we're going to load something really interesting in. I'm going to load in another CLA sort of all-in-one plugin and kind of create a little bit more of a dramatic delay tail. And I don't know if it's something. If it might be a little too epic in the wrong way, it might work. It might create some more energy in the chorus. But we're going to find out. It's called CLA vocals. And again, I don't like using the direct stuff, so we're going to actually get rid of the EQ. We're going to get rid of the compression for now. And let's get some reverb going and maybe like an 8th note. And let's go ahead and put some stereo width on it.
Oh, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo! bleeding. Oh, we're screaming, having had to.
See, now I'm gonna bring in the EQ in it.
Oh, we're screaming, having had to deal with you.
Oh, fuck this. Let's drive this one too.
Oh, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. We'll leave you bleeding eternal.
Okay, as things are kind of marrying, I'm listening to the drum set. We're going back to that drum set and doing some detail, getting some boxiness from the snare drum now, and I don't know where it's coming from. No, it wouldn't be the bottom mic, Jim, because I removed a lot of low end out of it. You could be right. I'm going to keep checking though. Oops. I screwed something up. My fault. Oh, I hit a weird button. Shit. Let me actually start. I need to start printing a couple of things. So I'm not going to use on some of these. A second. Yeah, it could be these particular box. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna redo the engine. Jeez. I miss it. Oh, I sound like a robot? Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Is this better now? It should be. It should be back now. Should be back. Sorry about that. I did something really. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of transient APG. Thanks, dude. I'm getting a lot of transient sort of poking from the drums. So now I'm going to start getting a little bit more aggressive on some of the compression running on the stereo buses of the kit. So for instance, I have the SSL compressor running on the bus. Let's actually change this to a faster attack time. Let me go study something with this snare. Yeah, okay. I think I'm sending a bit much to. Okay, again, things are just sitting in. Let's go ahead and sneak in those big ass guitars that he made. Whoa, dude. That's awesome. Okay, what are the things I want to do right off the bat? Let's go ahead and clean these up a little bit. We're just going to get a little bit of that low end out. And that wideness around that 300-ish area out. Man, they sound fucking ridiculous. I'm going to borrow the same sidechained snare thing. So apparently we have a really cool Alice in Chains type verse vocal, which we will work in. Let me catch up a bit to the chat. Rest the ears for a minute. How's everyone doing? Jim, are you having a good time with this? I know this was going to be a fun stream for you to be a part of. Obviously, it should go without saying. I mean, there are a lot of things that I normally would do, mixing off stream or off screen, but basically, for me, it's I'm doing my best to kind of move through this and be as educational as I can as well. Let me catch up a bit in the chat. Oh, thanks, Todd. You're an awesome stream, bruh. Unity of noise. Where did the logging into your TV? Xenon, thanks for hanging out, dude. I'm glad you are still here. What did you? So Unity of Noise did like a big whoa earlier, and I think I missed what that was for. It was after the bottom mic comment, Jim. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, you got the shout outs and all that stuff. Rock and roll. You complaining about your vocals. Yeah, so this is actually a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun for me to do, and I hope there's some entertainment for you guys in this. I know it's a little bit different than playing drums and things like that. See, Todd, it's moments like this in the chat where I need to like just clip these sections and send this to Todd. As a matter of fact, Benedict, do me a favor. Will you please take a note at 1 minute, 54 seconds in our Discord mod chat and please type in for Josh, clip for Josh, clip for Josh. Thank you. Okay, so I'm wondering at this point, so Unity of Noise, he had sang these really badass verses, and his sort of inspiration with this was kind of getting the sort of harmony artifact of Alice in Chains, which I thought was really cool that he mentioned this. By the way, Unity of Noise, you said something about logging into a TV. What are you talking about? Oh, also, I should mention I am wearing Unity of Noise merch. This is available at his store, which you can find on his channel, twitch.tv. Casting me to his TV. I'm on a 70-inch in your living room now. Shit. I'm so glad that I exfoliated. You know what I mean? Get that HD on my pores, brah. Wife wanted to watch. Hi. Okay. So let's take a look now at his cool vocals on the verses. Okay. And then we're going to kind of take a look at how things are flowing. No pressure. Look, I'd feel pressure if like I was a noob tattoo artist and then you're like, by the way, my wife wants to watch this. I would yeet myself off the balcony, James. Just called you James. No pressure, but now we see everything. Yeah. Good. Okay, let's fuck with these vocals. Here we go. Cool. Since these vocals are married together, they are running through a vocal bus. So actually, you can see them here. These two particular vocals, they're harmonies, obviously, of each other. So the top one is obviously the high one, low one's the low harmony. Let's just start off right off the bat and process with another SSL channel.
And watch the wolves have started circling. You never listen. How could you with your mouth?
I want to try something and see if I like it, which is basically, hey Metro, good to see you, brother. I'm gonna try something and see if I might enjoy kind of like a radio thin version of this voice. and kind of make that work.
And watch, the wolves have started circling. You never listen. How could you with your mouth open? It smells.
Interesting. So his vocals here, recorded, I think, in like a second verse, are a higher level. Oh, I can see why. Cool. That's good to know. Okay.
Desperation. I don't think that these people know all you have done.
Okay. We might benefit from a little bit of saturation there. Let's go to that. Let's use that free amp again. I love this Scandinavian company that created this crazy fucking console saturator. Let's go to verse 1.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding.
Beautiful.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding.
Say hi yesterday. Where? Say hi yesterday where, Metro? Todd, if IKEA made a console, I'd be the first one to buy it because that thing would look so clean. So clean. All right, let's keep going on this vocal.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding.
Let's get some 1176 compression going on this.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and watched the wolves have started.
Yep, we're going to need that de-esser again. Fucking, I'll just search for it. There it is. Oh, via Discord. Yeah, anytime, dude. I'm happy that you're back, Metro. I didn't know that you pieced out on me. It's good to have you back in there, bud.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and watched the wolves have started circling.
Cool. So we have a basic sort of chain going on there. I don't mind it right now. I know for a fact that he wanted a sort of like, I think it's an eighth note or quarter note delay on some of the words, which for the sake of time this evening, I might skip, but get back to. I also might have him print the ones that he created on his mix because I actually really like his. All I would do is just use resources to recreate his in a way. You needed a metro break? A metro break, dude? that sounds like, to me, that sounds like, yeah, I just needed to like go to the subway and hang out like with the musicians, you know, by the A train before I head up to the financial district or down to the financial district in New York. Wanted to go hang out in the metro. Okay, let's, what I want to do is add a little bit of maybe like a slap or something to this. Now let's give this a go.
What have you done? What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and what have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and watched the wolves have started circling.
Now I have a vocal parallel channel that's also ready to rock. Oh, sorry, you can't see the screen. I have a vocal parallel channel ready to rock. It's just sitting at the bottom of the session. Where is it at? It is in. So it's right here. I have a lot of things set up there. An Aphex Vintage Exciter, 1176, some other plugins that I use depending on the project. I think in this case, you see, I think I'm just going to use us all in or the 20-to-1 ratio, 1176, just to give a parallel consistency to his voice.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding.
See, now I want the bass nastier.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and watched the wolves that started circling. You never listened. How could you with your mouth open?
Holy shit. This other cool, crunchy ass synth. Let's bring this fucker in. Hey, the Design 89, Mr. Nick Haas himself. Good to see you, buddy. So I'm mixing Unity of Noise. See this thing? He's also in the chat, my friend Jim. I think you met Jim. The other day. I forget. Or you were just with me. You were just me and Rob and Benny and Choice. Thanks, Metro. Anyway, so yeah, okay. So I processed one of his dirty synth basses with an SSL channel, trying to bring some low end out. So now I'm gonna copy it up to this one and just kind of try to fill out a low end that the bass doesn't already do. The bass guitar doesn't already do. How does it sound? God, that distortion. That's so incredible, dude. Let's sneak that in.
How could you with your mouth open? It smells like death from the words you spew. What have we done? Hey, yo, we're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey, yo, we'll leave you bleeding eternal. Bloody marching.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of automate the verse vocals now, just in that second verse up a little bit.
Bloody marching.
God, you know what, dude? It does want a longer delay. It wants a longer delay. And more of it, I think, this verse.
Bloody marching. Bloody marching. Bloody marching. Bloody marching. Bloody marching. Bloody.
Oops. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Bloody marching. From desperation. I don't think that bloody marching. What have you done? You left us broken.
Let's get some dimension on these vocals. I got you on the half note. I think I'm gonna make that a different delay send, Jim. But let me get some dimension around this. So I'm gonna start first with kind of a short, bright plate around the vocal here.
What have you done? You left us broken, bleeding. You stood there and watched the wolves that started.
Oh, the watch. That shh. We DS that.
You stood there and watched the wolves. You stood there and watched the wolves that. You stood there and watched the wolves that started circling. You never listened. How could you with your mouth open? It smells like death from the words you spew. What have we done?
That synth comes in.
You never listened. The wolves that started circling. You never listened.
So I'll bump the vocal right there, and we might tame the synth a little bit.
The wolves that started circling. You never listened. How could
if I spread that out? What if I spread that out?
With your mouth open, it smells like death from the words you spew. What have we done?
Let's take some low end out of the little interim synth, just because I want some more impact.
Spew, what have we? Spew, what have we done? We're screaming, having had to deal with you. We'll leave you bleeding eternal. Blindly marching from desperation. I don't think that these people know all you have done. I wouldn't wish this. None of my own worst enemy. If they're to die, I hope that no one ever comes. We're screaming, having had to deal with you. We'll leave you bleeding eternal.
Okay, he's got these cool like cinema samples, film samples in here. Let's go ahead and work those in. I'm just gonna bust those out to, I guess let's do like a keyboard thing.
Back to the
Oops, shit.
animalistic.
Let's just slam those. We'll just slam these. Let's a couple channels on here. Get some low end out of it. Just not get in the way of the rest of the kit.
Back to the animalistic. The monster. Back to the animalistic. Back to the animalistic. The monster that lies within each of us.
Can you materialize her into a maniac that goes around the beach killing?
Back to the animalistic. The monster that lies within each of us.
Can you materialize her into a maniac that goes around the beach killing?
Don't be afraid.
Dr. Bradshaw's experiment created a vicious, brutal animal. Turned the next 72 hours into one long, hideous nightmare.
We're screaming, having had to deal with you. We'll leave you bleeding eternal.
Oh my god, I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it now. Let me catch up. Let me catch up to chat a little bit. I saw that Jim was getting expletive. Yes, Jim, I am extremely minimalistic. I do not overprocess things at all. I mean, again, like, you know, in my own devices when I'm not like doing it live like this, you know, like if it was like a real mix with the masters, like Masterclass or something like that, this would be like a, you know, it'd be like a 6-hour video. So I'm trying to make this work within 2 hours. So we're almost at that point. We're past that point, which is fine. But yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. So you're talking about your record, Jim. That's good. Just try to play this on your phone. Phone blew up. It's probably not a good thing. Either I'm screwing up my job choice, or your phone is shite. Your phone speaker is shite. Yeah, Jim, totally. And you know, I'll probably continue this mix. There's already have to be a part 2 of my other stream. So this could be a part 2 as well, because I can already see my processor's freaking out. I do move really fast, even though this is an extremely powerful machine. It's chilled out now. you can actually see it in the top of the screen, the CPU is back down to 30%. But when I'm like really fucking going for it, it tends to go it tends to go like 70, 80 on the CPU. So did I miss anything on this? I wonder. Let's take a look. Actually, you know, one thing we will do right off the bat is let me see if there's things I don't need. Like for instance, no orchestral stuff. So I'm gonna deactivate this. There is a console, virtual console running. That'll be fun to look at. Let's see what's actually running in a second. I'm not using any of these delays yet, even though I think one of those is going to be our half note for later. I'm not using the realm. It's not the song for a realm reverb. And of course, there's my mic channel there. Cool rock and roll. I'm not using the rear bus yet. I may do that. I'm surprised I'm not using my other drums processing right now. Let's see what we have running here. Some of these things. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and commit the radiator right now. Let's actually just freeze that. Because, you know, there's a lot of saturation and processing that's happening now that it's like kind of doing the trick for me, but it's already set up. So if I want to sneak that in, I will. Like I said, I'm just kind of processing some stuff here. I'm into that. I'm not even using this kick sample, so we'll deactivate that. Yeah, I'm actually, this is not bad. Just taking a look around. I'm gonna go ahead and commit this submarine. Sorry, I'm like talking over the the rendering. Sorry about that. Thank you for telling me. Yep. This is all rock and roll. I do have some of these like lead guitar, kind of like lead guitar parts or texture guitars to add in the end still. Let's throw those in. Right now. Let's sneak those in the end. Right here. Let's just sneak them in. Oh, and we have that answer vocal as well right there. So actually, this thing can live right next to these screams. And what we can do here, let me just throw that plug on it and get it really dirty and kind of as a nice little answer. And let's get that saturator on it too. Let's see. Yeah, so these guitars here have a little bit of low end on them that I need to chill out. And that snare sidechain is fucking freaking them out too. Let's work on those. Let me group these real quick. Call this GTR lead. Let's process these. A little bit too much low end already, right off the bat. Let's give them some weird, like honky mid range. Yep. How's that feel? Just checking on those tom levels in the end. cool. I'm in a fun place on this. I don't mind revisiting this on another stream if you guys don't mind me coming back to it. I think I'm gonna let's check on this virtual console. Like what's actually running right now. Sounds like it's a Neve console. It is a fucking Neve console.
2 hours into one long, hideous nightmare.
We're screaming, having had to deal with you. Hey yo, we'll leave you bleeding eternal. Hey yo,
I'm gonna check his reference mix to see how he dealt with his kick drums there in the very, very end. Got it. Cool. That's helpful. Neuro Truck. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Okay, let's take a look at that.
we'll leave you bleeding eternal. We'll leave you bleeding eternal. We'll leave you eternal. We'll leave you bleeding eternal.
Cool. So let's hang out and listen to this. I'm just gonna throw a really cool end processor on this and bounce it out for the evening. And we'll chat for a bit, and then I'm gonna be in my Discord in what's called Dean's Control Room at the bottom of the channels. And anyone's welcome to come in there. I'll probably be in there for a good like 20-30 minutes at least. So we can talk about anything you've seen. Everyone's invited. So let's go ahead and I'm going to throw on this really cool thing called Infected Mushroom Pusher. And let's add some mojo to this mix.
What have you done? You left us broke.
Oh shit. Okay, I gotta chill something out. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze a few things, guys, just to get some power back to be able to do the final listen for now. Let's go ahead and just do it to these three things. We'll freeze these. Okay, rock and roll. Let's take a look at this. I should have gotten just enough back to do this. Yeah, no, Infected Mushroom Pusher told me to fuck myself. Well, we don't need the cathedral altiverbs. You can shut that down. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get a nice little bounce of this now.
Put you with your mouth open. It smells like death from the words
Right to the very end. Okay, cool. This is good. This is fine. All right, I think I need to do another. I'm gonna print another couple plugs, guys. Give me a second. Okay, we should be rock and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a bounce. Let's do a real time bounce and enjoy this. As is. And obviously, again, this is me trying to get this mix to happen in a matter of a couple of hours, and I don't think we did badly. I hope that for the people that were in through the day, gleaned a lot and all that. Let's chat a bit after this. Let's enjoy, I guess, the final product for now. I'm gonna go ahead and not push this limiter too hard, and let's have a good time. Let's go. I'm gonna bounce this out. We'll do a WAV file because I know that Jim's gonna want to listen to this with me later at some point. I'll throw these into. Actually, I'll throw it right into a folder that he and I share. Actually, right there. Call it Dean Mixes. I hope the machine doesn't trip the fuck out. Let's enjoy this. What a cool fucking tune. What a cool fucking tune. Fucking rock and roll, dude. So, for those of you who don't know, yeah, so I think my internet freaked out. For those of you who don't know, I've been mixing a song by Unity of Noise in the chat. This is my friend Jim. Some of us might know him from being the drummer of Authority Zero, and also he is Unity of Noise, a collective of creatives, and you know, the collective of his works really. And remember to follow him also at twitch.tv. He streams as well. He's also a producer, mix engineer. He's a drummer like me, multi-instrumentalist, and he's loads of fun. And I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. Again, for those who are lurking and all that stuff. Oh my God, Nick, the Design 89, thanks for the bits. I need to actually I need to like go back and look at what happened here. Yeah, oh my God, you guys are so fucking generous, dude. Thanks for all the help, you guys, and the subs and all that stuff. I thanked a lot of people. 37, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you make it as well to when I do the writing streams as well. There's like actually VODs from the first one I did where I decided to write something kind of heavy and ambient. It's a song that I wrote called As If an Ocean. And you can see the VOD there. Some highlights that are kind of cool too that Lord Joyce made. But it's nice to have you back in my chat, 37 people. And I know it's not me on a drum set, but I hope that you enjoy it regardless. I think you're as much of a nerd as I am in a way, so I think maybe you might enjoy some of that. I appreciate the comments from everyone else, like Xenon and everything else. Just, you know, even though it's not really everyone's bag, at least you get a little bit of entertainment from it. Anyway, so I will be in my Discord. You can find the link below, I guess, my fucking screen, or the mods will post it in there. You're welcome to join. And there's Dean's Control Room at the bottom channel in the bottom of the channels in the Discord. I've opened it up to about 30 people. And if anyone wants to talk about the mix or just hang for a bit, Unity of Noise, Jim's going to be there as well. And yeah, 37 again. Hope you make it to another performance one. And thank you, Joyce, for being friendly and being exactly the light to the party that you are. Sam, also a fellow nerd and a fellow cook, even though I'm not as good as you. Thank you for the comment. That's very kind. And all the support, you guys. So I'm gonna go into that Discord now, and I do have a schedule that I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out where I want to come in. You know, what 2 to 3 days in a week I want to do this, but I'm definitely gonna be splitting them up. You know, there'll be mixing sessions like this. There's also going to be a lot of writing and production. So me taking, for instance, thank you, Sam. That's kind. Me taking, you know, other artists, you know, whether they're Twitch colleagues or other artists that I'm currently working with, have worked with in the past, where I'll take just their vocal and guitar demos and turn them into full productions right before your eyes. And I try to make these things happen within 2 hours because I don't want people to get bored, and especially the people that I want the people that are novice coming in to get a lot out of it, and also the advanced folk too. But you know, I try to keep it about 2 hours so we can make a lot of moves and have just enough questions from what might have happened in that stream, and not go too long. But don't get me wrong though, there might be situations where I do marathon mix sessions or marathon productions, but that could be down in the future. So thanks to everyone for being here, and hope to see you again. It's good to see a lot of old faces in here. I hope you guys have a really, really good evening.